up, everybody? Welcome back to a Six-Man Blitz episode. Got a great episode for you guys today. I'm with my co-host, Mr. Ryan Wynn, NBA expert, NBA analyst. And, Giannis didn't get traded, but there were still some moves that are worth talking about. Still some stuff that happened. How you feeling today? And what are your thoughts after this deadline?
This deadline was okay, man. It wasn't as crazy as last year, as we know, when like Luka got traded, but there was one familiar face that got traded again, and that's Anthony Davis. But
Damn.
um it was an excited trade deadline, man. I'm ready to break it down to you. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's get into it. Now, our hometown team made some moves, made majority of the moves, to be honest. But if you had to say some, big winners from this trade deadline, what would it be?
There's a couple big winners in my opinion. The first and foremost, the biggest winner is the Cavs.
Okay.
They got James Harden. At the end of the day, I mean, he is MVP. I don't know how many time All-Star, but he still got it. Like he's still a 22, 23, 8, 9 assist guy a night. A lot of people that you talk to would say, the defense, right? But Darius Garland wasn't really a defender either. I'd argue Harden is a better defender than him just based on the size that he has and the strength as well. But I also think the Warriors were winners too, man, and getting Porzingis. They haven't had like a stretch big and damn near ever, right? So the fact that now you can pair Steph with a guy that can step out, shoot the three, defend some guys in the paint, I think that was huge for their team as well. I would say those are my two biggest winners for this trade deadline. Absolutely, those
Like
two.
I
And
like the
Atlanta.
Cavs. I like the Cavs. I like what they did. I think, getting James Harden is an improvement because what he can do with Evan Mobley, I think he's going to elevate his game. And he also doesn't have to be that go-to guy, that second option. If Evan Mobley steps up and plays up to the level that he can, he'll be that second option. And Harden just do what he does, facilitate. Him and Donovan Mitchell backcourt's going to be nasty. But I also think, yeah, Darius Garland, he's somebody that hasn't been able to stay on the court, been able to be healthy. So for the Cavs, it's an upgrade because Harden's going to be out there.
Absolutely. And dominate. Oh, it's another team I failed to mention, but the Atlanta Hawks. I
Okay.
mean, it looks like they're going for it. I mean, earlier in the month, obviously they went and got CJ McCollum, but the fact that they added they got Gabe Vincent, which I think would be good for them off the bench, and then they got Kaminga. So we're gonna see what Kaminga can do as well over there. He'll probably come off the bench for a little while too, but Atlanta's looking decent, man. They're looking solid. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that roster built around Jalen Johnson now.
They have athleticism, a crazy amount. I mean, Jalen Johnson, him, Kaminga, Dyson Daniels, Nikhil Alexander Walker, like they have dudes. And then CJ McCollum's a bucket off the bench. Gabe Vincent, I think a new scenery would be nice for him. He's able to, knock down some threes every now and then. I think, yeah, being back in the Eastern Conference might revive his ability. He was great with the Heat. Comes to the Lakers, he loses touch.
I don't know if you saw the video. I think you might have put it in there, but when LeBron was looking at that clip and he looked at Gabe, was like, they was like, yeah, that's the sign. LeBron about to get him up out of there, and he did. He gone.
Um, so yeah, I do agree the Hawks did a great job. I think some teams that were big winners from this deadline are teams that are going to be winners. We won't see, them have success until next season, but the Jazz, Jaren Jackson Jr., the Wizards, Anthony Davis, Trae Young with the top 3 pick. I think the Pacers might have won this trade deadline with Zubac and Tyrese Halliburton coming back. Those two, Siakam. Then you got a top 3 pick coming your way too. So I think a lot of teams that I didn't expect to be buyers were buyers, and it paid out big for them.
Yeah. And the Wizards, man, if you just look at what they're doing, they're in like supreme tanking mode. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a team tanking harder than the Wizards. Yesterday, they beat the Pistons on accident. Their starters played like 15 minutes, dude. They played the first half and they played like 3 minutes in the second half. All the starters came out with the exception of Koulibaly. No starter played in the rest of the game. Alex Sarr didn't play another minute.
That's crazy.
And in Utah, they did the same exact thing. Utah was playing Atlanta. Lauri Markkanen played the first half, and he played about 5 minutes of the second half. He never entered the game. Nurkic didn't even play yesterday. He's their starting center since Walker Kessler went out. He hasn't played in the last 2 games, healthy scratches. So, I hate it for the gamblers as well because people are putting parlays in to bet 25 on for Lauri to get 25. He's not playing in the second half. I would not place another bet on any teams that are tanking for the rest of the season.
And I mean, it's hard to like, say I wouldn't tank too because of the players that are coming in this draft class. There's some dogs. Um, but I mean, in the last episode, you said it perfectly. You don't have to tank if you're a bad team.
You don't have to sit your players. If you the Utah Jazz have been bad for 8 years. You don't have to sit Lauri to lose the game. Y'all gonna lose regardless. But
The
another
Wizards
thing
too.
though, Wizards too, like you guys got the worst record in the league. Like playing your starters the whole game. You got the worst record in the league. You'll lose, trust me. The fact that they sat the starters and the bench actually won in the game is even funnier. But another note on that, I understand tanking. Like I get it. You want to get the best draft pick possible. Then just sit the dude out. Just sit him out. Don't play him the first half and not play him in the second half without making an announcement that you're going to do that. Because I know it's not all about betting, but people are betting on these games. And it's some stories coming out about rig and people rigging games and stuff like just make an announcement, if anything, so people know what to do at least. Like care
Right.
about the fans of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. They're pouring the money into this, the NBA. They got to give them some love back.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it'd be funny if all these teams were tanking and watch the Bulls get a top 5 pick. Watch the Bulls get the lottery, bro. Or like the Mavericks won the lottery, the Spurs got a top pick, like all these teams that weren't really tanking end up getting the prize. And that's what I like about the NBA lottery sometimes.
And hear me out. You got a team like the Pelicans. The Atlanta Hawks own the Pelicans pick this year. So the Pelicans honestly cannot tank. Because if the Pelicans lose and they get a top 1, 2, 3 pick because their record is so bad, it goes to Atlanta. So the Pelicans are one of the few teams that have a bad record that are going to fight to the end because they do not want to give that first round pick to Atlanta, especially if it's a good pick.
And yeah, you saw them. This was a team with a lot of people, a lot of players that teams were interested in. Nah, they didn't make no moves, minus trading Jose Alvarado.
Hey, the Pelicans are trying to win the championship this year. I know they're not going to make the playoffs, but trust me, if they get it, if they finish where they're at now, they're projected to have a top 3 pick. That pick goes directly to the Atlanta Hawks. It does not go to the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are going to try to win every single game this year. They are not in tanking mode.
Right. It's crazy. Another winner I was thinking about, the Timberwolves. I think, they missed out on getting Giannis, but getting Io as like a point guard, 15 points per game, shooting 45% from three. This guy has been phenomenal all season long. Reliable guy, could play defense. And you get Mike Conley back. He gets traded back and forth, and then he resigns with the Timberwolves. Crazy. Need his veteranship, but I think they're a big winner for that move, and clearing up some cap space too, all in the process. So I think, yeah, the Timberwolves, they're gaining the right momentum. Julius Randle's been playing well. Jaden McDaniels is playing elite. You didn't have to trade him. Nas Reed's been great off the bench. So I like them as a team that could be a huge threat to the Thunder.
Yeah, my question is, did Mike Conley even leave his house, or did he just
Probably not.
stay at home the whole time? I love the moves that they made. I think Kobe White would have been a better fit than Io, but I kind of feel bad for Io. He's home raised, home born in Chicago, went to school in Illinois, takes care of all his family. He got like 7, 8 brothers and sisters he
That's
takes care
crazy.
of. So he'll probably be moving all of them to Minnesota. But it's still a great pickup. He plays both sides of the ball. He can shoot, stretch the floor. He can get teammates involved. He'll probably come off the bench the rest of the year, but he will be a big piece to their playoff push this year.
And he's a nice young piece for them moving forward too. I think he
Yes.
fits perfectly. So think the Timberwolves still left with something. Some losers. One loser I have, the Miami Heat, bro. Are they ever gonna make a move?
It looks
Minus
like
Norman Powell.
it looks like the Heat are gearing up to try to get Giannis or somebody in the summer. Um, but yeah, I was pretty shocked that they didn't make a move. And it could be simply because the piece that they want to move is Tyler Hero. He has not been healthy this year. So maybe teams are just kind of skeptical about it at the moment. But yeah, I would agree that they're a big loser. They probably should have made some type of move. They're not going to win a playoff series at all.
They were the only team in the Eastern Conference not to make a move at the deadline.
Yeah. And they're not even a top team. It's not like they're the Pistons or the Knicks or the Cavs or something like they're the Heat, you know? So I don't get it, but to each his own.
Um, I think the Houston Rockets are another loser too. I think they should have gotten a point guard. Kobe White was right there. Jabari Smith for Kobe White. I would have made that move immediately.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Jabari Smith. He's still young. He's probably 3 or 4 years younger than Kobe White. And he guards, and that's Houston's pretty much their identity. So maybe that's why they weren't a fan of letting him go for Kobe White. As a Bulls fan, like that would have been best case scenario for us because we didn't get any first round picks. And that leads me to my biggest loser. You got the Heat. My biggest loser is the Bulls, honestly. Um, why? Because you traded your core in Levine, DeRozan, Vooch, Lonzo, um, Io,
Caruso.
Kobe, Caruso. I mean, you traded, and this was a team that was making the playoffs, believe it or
Yeah.
not. They weren't winning, but they were making the playoffs, taking teams to 6 games. But you got zero first round picks for all that talent. Caruso didn't win a championship. Kobe White is on the Hornets, and he's actually probably going to be in the playoffs this year if I had to guess. Like the Hornets are balling out of control, playing really well on both sides of the floor. Io's going to a playoff team. Like you're helping everybody else out, but not helping yourselves. 14 second round picks is cool, but it's not often that you can draft a Draymond or Jokic in the second round or Brunson. Like it doesn't happen too often, especially if you're the Chicago Bulls.
And they don't even draft well. Like I don't remember the last second round pick we got that was good. We got Patrick Williams, top 4 pick. Sixth man of the year in college.
Yeah, can't talk about that too much. That's a soft spot for Bulls fans.
It's crazy. So yeah, this deadline was very disappointing for the Bulls. At first, I'm like, all right, we got Simons. I really like that pickup. But
Anthony's nice.
after picking up these guys, they're like, all right, we might trade Colin Sexton, we might trade Simons, we might flip them. And I'm like, bro, we're trading guards for guards. Now, I will say I do like the Jaden Ivey pickup. That's something
Me too.
that's keeping me optimistic. The last game last night, he had 13 points, 3 for 5 from three, 3 steals. Like he's not playing like himself like he was before the injury, but he's still shooting 37% from three. Simons, they call him Baby Dame, so I'm excited about that too. I don't know if we keep him though. He might be a very valuable asset to move ship somewhere else in the offseason or something. But I, I I don't know how you feel about the Rob Dillingham move.
I'm not a fan of the Rob Dillingham move. Again, I think you just got to get some picks, man. Rob isn't really the answer. They probably should have kept him moving and shipped him somewhere else. I just don't know what you're doing with Rob, Trey Jones. Like those are two very undersized guards.
Yeah,
Then you
and then
just
the
went and
Asian
traded for
dude too.
Sexton. Yeah, you got the Asian guy. You traded for Sexton. You traded for Anthony. You traded for Jaden Ivey. You got no center. You got no size. You got no forwards. I mean, I don't know what the Bulls are doing, but hey, they're the professionals. I'll just sit back and analyze as the weeks and months goes on.
Nah, I gotta go to 2K. I gotta rebuild this team up.
You gotta do something, man. I could do better than that. Trust me.
Yeah, and like just as it's sad because like the assets were there. We could have made some shit work. I think Kobe White, if we would have traded him last year, we getting a first round pick for bro. You know what I mean? We waiting too long on all these dudes to send them somewhere. And yeah, like
Yeah.
you said, they're helping playoff teams. They're helping other teams. So yeah, nobody doesn't like the Bulls. And I saw somebody saying like, yeah, AK is just helping out his buddies before he gets fired. That's all it is.
They might not fire him though, so he been there for a minute just messing up. It's all good though. They'll get better
Sad.
in about
Hopefully.
5 years.
Hopefully we can land on Cam Boozer or one of these top picks in this draft class. That might be the answer. But after this, I mean, with the trade deadline, what was your favorite trade from this deadline?
Yeah, I got. You know me, man. Luke Kennard is my favorite trade.
He's a sniper, bro.
He is since 2020 or 2021. He's leading the NBA 3-point percentage on a minimum of like 1,000 attempts. So
Damn.
he's not the best 3-point shooter in the league. Don't get me wrong. He's no Steph Curry, but he's Luke Kennard, and he's a reliable 3-point threat. He's not a 3 and D guy, but he's a guy that can get hot and he could hit 5, 6 threes off the bench on any given night. And that's what the Lakers need at the end of the day. They need somebody that can sit in the corner and knock a three down. And he's not going to play a ton of minutes, 20, 22 minutes or something like that. Like he'll play when like Luca or Austin Reeves are on the bench. He'll probably play with like a LeBron. Um, and he'll definitely light it up in those corner shots for sure. I
That's
love
a
it.
perfect fit next to those guys. So I think this was a good move, especially shipping just Gabe Vincent away. That was pretty good. Um, you think the Lakers could be interested in Cam Thomas?
No, I don't. Um, the Lakers have too many ball dominant guys. They need guys that are going to move their feet on the defensive end and just catch and shoot threes. And unfortunately, that's not what Cam Thomas does. He dominates the ball. There are some teams that Cam Thomas can help for sure, but I don't think he fits in the Lakers scheme with the three ball dominant guys that they have at the moment.
I'd be mad as shit if the Bulls pick up Cam Thomas.
They won't. They won't do it. They won't do it.
uh,
I think Cam Thomas, like at this point, he'll go to like he probably won't go to like one of those good playoff teams. He'll probably go to like a play-in team, like a team that just needs like a little bit more edge to get over the hump, right? So like I could see Cam Thomas going to like the Clippers,
I was
like
just
he'd
gonna
help the
say the
Clippers.
Clippers.
I think he could help them out because they're not too deep right now. Like they got Brick Lopez, but and he'll slide into a starting lineup, but they don't have like a lot of bench depth. So that would probably be my destination for Cam Thomas, like on a team that's right there on the playoff cusp, and they just need a little bit of push. It'll be him.
Now, with the Clippers, I'm not mad at the moves the Clippers made. They got younger. And if you think with the leverage they had on the James Harden situation, just came out of nowhere, wanted to trade, you weren't able to, work contract shit out. Getting Darius Garland, 26 years old, when he plays, I know that's a theme about the Clippers. When he plays, whoever they got, whenever he plays. But this is a guy that's still a 20 points per game score, an all-star 2 times. And then Benedict Mathurin, that's a guy that's a bucket, bro. He's a dog, elite scorer. And then you plug in Cam Thomas off the bench. That'd be really nice. Kawhi still playing at a high level. So I'm not mad at what the Clippers look like right now. They just need a
Yeah,
center, of course.
I love Darius Garland, and I think he'll do very well with the Clippers. I think he'll do better with the Clippers than with the Cavs. I think the Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland backcourt, I just don't think that was what was best for Garland because
Mhm.
D Mitch is so ball dominant. Whereas a guy like Kawhi is not that ball dominant. Like, yeah, if you give the ball to Kawhi, he's going to dominate the ball, but that's the key. You have to give him the ball. Whereas Donovan Mitchell is like a Luca. He's like a Shea. Like, he's going to bring the ball up and dominate it from when it's in the backcourt. Darius Garland is now in a situation where he can actually control the offense and get guys involved more than he was doing with Cleveland. So I love the move for him personally.
Yeah, and it was more of like, all right, if it's one of those boomer busts, like, all right, he could get hurt and stay, hurt, whatever. But if he's healthy, this is a high ceiling move for the Clippers. So I think they did a good job with this, and they got younger, of course.
Yes.
This lineup's going to look a little better. I mean, Brook Lopez might even fit better as a starter for the Clippers moving forward, too. So he's getting older, but they're definitely going to need to invest in a big at some point in the offseason or whatever. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this Clippers team still makes the playoffs. I mean, they got to compete with the Warriors, these other teams, but I think they could still, get into the race. Not, be a top seed in the West, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if things pick up for him. Cam Thomas would be huge, too, off the bench.
He would be huge. I think the Clippers is the best landing spot for him in terms of a team that can make some noise in the playoffs. He would be that would be the best landing spot for him. Absolutely.
Just be like another Lou Williams. Just go
That's it. Come
get on
off
the
the
court,
bench,
score.
play your 20 minutes, score your 14, 16, and sit back down. That's what
Yeah,
he'll do for them.
because they have enough guys. They have defensive guys, Chris Dunn, the Dunn Chamber, and then you got Derrick Jones Jr. You got those guys that can make up for what he's not able to do defensively. So I do like the Clippers as a landing spot. And yeah, Ty Lue, this Clippers team.
Ty Lue.
I'm not selling the stock on this team yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with them.
Yeah, we'll
they're not
see.
they're not gonna upset nobody in the playoffs, but I think they can get in.
Yeah, I also think Cam Thomas paired with Ty Lue would also do tremendous wonders for his career. I don't think him and Jordy Fernandez saw eye to eye. It almost seemed kind of personal.
Yeah.
You got to think Cam Thomas last year averaged 25 a game, 24 a game. This year, he started the season off averaging like 26, 27 before he got hurt. When he came back from his injury, he never played more than like 20 to 24 minutes ever. And he played off the bench, and the Nets are trash. Like the only player on that team that like can put the ball in the basket outside of Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. Everybody else is trash. This team will put up 60, 70 points. One of your best scorers is on the bench and not playing any minutes. To me, that's kind of personal. Regardless of how selfish you might think he is as a player, he can at least put the ball in the basket, which is how you win basketball games.
Exactly. And yeah, that's exactly what the Clippers will need moving forward. My question to you, which team do you think raised their ceiling the most this trade deadline?
Yeah, I think the Cavs. I mean, it's the East is wide open. Okay, there's no Jason Tatum this year. Tyrese is out. The East is wide open. You can say the Pistons. They have no playoff experience outside of last year where they played the Knicks. The Knicks are really good. Don't get me wrong, but they couldn't close the deal last year. The Cavs are the one of the only teams that have the experience of playing together in the playoffs, and they just added James Harden, Dennis Schroeder, and Keon Ellis, three guys who will impact winning at a high scale. James Harden he will maximize Jared Allen, he will maximize Mobley, and he will maximize Donovan Mitchell because of his gravity that he pulls. So I really think if they can get 20, 25 games under their belt heading into the playoffs, this team, and this is my hot take, I'm gonna throw it at you now.
Okay.
This team can win a championship. I'm not saying they will, but they can win a championship. I picked the Cavs to go to the finals before the season started. Now this makes me even happier that made that pick because this team can absolutely take on anybody in the West. Denver, OKC, Lakers, Minnesota, you name it, this team can beat all of them.
They embarrassed the Clippers the other night. Donovan Mitchell, he's playing at a high level, and I just can't even wait to see what he does with James Harden. I think he wanted James Harden too to come in the building. So yeah, I'm excited. This Cavs team did make the moves. I think Keon Ellis too as a defensive player is a great addition, and then Dennis Schroeder for Lonzo Ball. I mean, everything you wanted Lonzo Ball to do, Dennis Schroeder is going to be able to do that. I think he had 6
That's a
assists. He had some great production offensively, be more productive offensively. So yeah, the Cavs made all the moves. What are your thoughts on the talks that they're going to recruit LeBron in the offseason?
man. If they get the king, he gonna stay for 2 more years, not one but two. He'll have six before he walk out. If LeBron goes to the Cavs,
He'll take a pay
he'll
cut
have
too, no?
six. He'll have six before. Yeah, he would have to take a pay cut. There's no way they can get him at his cost. I would love to see him go to the Cavs, but another team I would love to see LeBron go to and compete is also the Wizards. I know I don't want him to follow Michael Jordan footsteps too much, but if he went to the Wizards, whichever team he goes to, whether it's the Wizards or the Cavs, they're going to be favored to win the championship next year, at least coming out of the East. But yeah, the Cavs will be just filthy. One thing I will say about that real quick, and I'll pass it back to you. If LeBron did go to the Cavs, they would have to do something with Jared Allen or Mobley, probably Jared Allen,
Yeah.
because it's just not enough floor spacing with LeBron, Mobley, and Allen. One of those guys needs to be like a shooter. And all Mobley and LeBron can shoot, but they're not shooters. You need a shooter out of one of those three. Somebody needs to be a shooter. So I will look forward to seeing what happens with that.
Yeah, and I think it's Jared Allen, no question. I think
Yeah.
he saw his name in trade rumors. He saw him drop 40 the other night.
Yep.
He
He
had
had
to.
to.
Had no choice. But nah, LeBron back in Cleveland will be special with Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Yeah, Cleveland would be all the way back up. And you got Shador, perfect timing. Hey, might invest some stock in Cleveland at some point down the line. Um, with the Bulls being asked, we got to have another team.
Got to.
I still think my hot take: Sixers, Timberwolves finals. That's what I'm predicting.
Wow.
I think
Hmm.
the Timberwolves come out the West. This is a team that's, defensive. They're physical. You have scores. Anthony Edwards is averaging
Got
damn near
man.
30. Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, those guys are playing at a high level. Randall's playing nice. And I think Io is that real missing piece for them. Mike Conley's still gonna be, a coach on the bench and shit for him. Chris Finch. This team was just a little adjustments away from you really giving the Thunder fits. That series could have went a couple games could have went their way had they made some adjustments. And if they could go into this playoffs building off of their last two runs, I think the Timberwolves have the pieces needed to make some noise and come out the West. I think the Thunder too
Yeah.
could lose to the Spurs before the Western Conference Finals.
They definitely have the pieces to do it. I don't see why not. The West is wide open right now.
It's wide open.
OKC was a heavy favorite, but they've got injuries. They haven't looked the same. They're starting to trend down. Denver's had injuries all season. It was Cam Johnson, then it was Aaron Gordon, then it was Peyton Watson, then it was Aaron Gordon again, Jamal Murray, then it was Jokic. So like they're trending down. Um, the Wolves are trending up. So right now, I would say it's a toss up between. I'm gonna give you four teams. Of course, I can't just give you one right now, but I love OKC and Denver, of course, and then I love Minnesota and I love my Lakers. You would say, okay, what about Houston? What about San Antonio? They don't have the playoff experience yet. I
No,
think
yeah.
San Antonio is like a year, maybe 2 years away. Houston has just Kevin Durant with that like playoff experience, and they don't have like a good, great point guard, and they're up and down too much. They don't have the camaraderie. But those other four teams, I have a lot of faith in.
Yeah. And yeah, I think Minnesota, the Lakers too. I mean, with them getting Luka Kennard, it's a huge move. And when Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, when those three are playing together, they really haven't played together that much this season. When they're all playing together, they could compete with anybody. It just you just have to have that perfect series. So not counting the Lakers out. Really like the Thunder. Getting Jared McCain too. That's a huge addition. Off the bench. Think he's gonna be big for them. And yeah, the Timberwolves, Denver. Denver's going to be a problem. We'll see what happens with that. The Eastern Conference, though, I know they just lost to the Lakers, but Embiid just dropped that healthy 30 piece on the Lakers, bro.
It's too
Easy.
easy. It's too easy.
He's a dog.
Embiid looks phenomenal. Not good, not great. He looks phenomenal. It looks like it's his team again as well. Early in the season, looked like it was Maxi's team. It looks like it's Embiid's team now again, which it feels good as a basketball fan to just see him back to where he was. Like he's still not at 100%, but he's at about 90 and he's ramping up fast. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
And then, Paul George, when he comes back from the drug
Yeah,
suspension and all that stuff, they'll be fine. And it's not like he's coming back from an injury or nothing. So I'm really hyped for
right.
the Sixers team. Not wavering my confidence in them. Sixers, Timberwolves. That's my finals prediction. That's my hot take. But that's all we got for the show today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe on the Six Man Blitz channel, on the Chi-Town Blitz channel as well. Follow all of our pages, social medias, and we'll keep you updated with, all the hottest talk in college football, NBA, and NFL. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. As always, peace. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.